Michael Schwartz from Valley of the Suns, here live from U.S. Airways Center after the Phoenix Suns' 125-108 victory over the Washington Wizards. I've got a special guest tonight, Andrew Unterberger. He's from The Score. He is traversing the nation. He's going to go to every single stadium, all 30 NBA stadiums in 2 months.
29 technically, because we hit Staples twice.
Okay. Well, we could go. We'll see
we'll
all
say
30.
Stay 30 for argument's sake. It's
all
a
30
much
NBA
rounder
teams.
number, yeah.
But anyways, talk about tonight's game first. Steve Nash was wonderful. He said during the third quarter that Nash was pitching a perfect game. I told him that you don't talk about perfect
almost
games,
jinxed it there where I was worried when he was shooting that last technical that somehow bad karma was going to get to him. But
how about Nash tonight? What were your impressions?
I couldn't have been more impressed. I mean, the line says and speaks for itself. 8 for 8, 20 points, 17 assists. I mean, and during that first quarter, even the plays that they didn't end up scoring on, he put all the teammates in the most perfect position to score. And they weren't hitting shots early, but just based on his performance, they could have very easily put up 40 points in that quarter, and that was just unbelievable to me.
Gentry said Nash really is starting to feel better. He had all those little ailments, his back, every little thing kind of flaring up for him, and now that he's back and healthy, you see that Steve Nash, as Gentry said today, is one of the top guards in the Western Conference.
I think you still have to include him on just about any debate of the best PG in the league right now. I mean, when a performance like tonight, I don't know what the efficiency rating is going to be, but it's through the roof. I mean, and he only had two turnovers, 17 assists and 2 turnovers, and everything was just crisp, on the money. He looks great. He's just playing with athleticism again. It's unreal to watch, and you can tell mostly because John Wall had a pretty good night himself, but I barely even noticed he was on the floor most of the time. I was too busy
John
paying
Wall,
attention to Nash.
10 assists in the first half. Yet you still wouldn't have even known it.
No.
Nash hit all 8 of his shots. That's the most shots he's ever hit without a miss, and 17 assists was tied for the most assists he's ever had in a game he didn't miss. Now, also, the Suns had seemed like it was a highlight show, the way they... a highlight alley-oop dunk after alley-oop dunk. And then
even the Wizards were helping out with that too. As I noticed, there was one point in the third quarter, I think, where Nash lobbed one up to Fry on one end, and then 5 seconds later on the other end was John Wall to Alonzo G, and it was just Sports Center highlight after Sports Center highlight, and the pick and rolls with Nash and Warwick, those were thunderous. I've never seen that in person, obviously. It was just a joy to watch.
Suns also won the rebounding battle, second time in 3 games since Earl Barron was inserted into the starting lineup. Before that, they'd only won it once all season. But let's talk about why you're here, your trip. First, why did you want to go across the country? And
well, I said I've been a basketball fan, but like most people, I think I've only been to a handful of arenas. A lot of people do it with baseball. They do these road trips with their friends where they go out and they see 6 or 7 stadiums at once. You don't really hear about that many people doing it with basketball, though, just because it's a winter sport as opposed to a summer sport, and the arenas don't necessarily have the same kind of cachet that they do in baseball. But I was still curious, and I love pretty much every team in the league for one reason or another. They're interesting. They got compelling figures, and I wanted to know what the things were like with the fan bases, to see if the stadiums were, which ones were distinctive, which ones really stood out, what the crowds were like, and Phoenix was one of the ones I was actually most looking forward to the trip.
Why is that?
Well, because I've enjoyed watching the team for a long time. I knew they were going to, at the very least, it's going to be an entertaining game, and the crowds always seemed really nice on TV, and I like the weather here. Obviously, it's fantastic. So this is definitely lived up to expectation.
What were your impressions of U.S. Airways Center and the Suns tonight?
I like U.S. Airways, actually. It seems like a kind of a fun arena. I like that they got basketball hoops set out outside. So you and I took a trip up to the top floor. We saw the Suns, the Gorillas playground up there, where the kids get to play in the jungle gym, and there's an arcade. And that's cool. I think more stadiums should do stuff like that. A lot of them don't try to really give the fans some entertainment outside of the basketball game, but the Suns definitely do that. And the crowd was not necessarily in top form tonight, just because maybe an off night.
It's a Cardinal game today too.
I
don't know why anyone's still caring about that anymore. But
fair enough. But so the crowd kind of took a hit, but it was still the people that were here were definitely energetic, and they certainly loved the team. I had a good time watching it.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you so far in this journey of yours?
The craziest thing that's happened to me. Well, for various extenuating reasons, I ended up stopping at a synagogue in Montana. Not many synagogues in Montana, and it was this weird congregation where it was just basically the rabbi's house, and just one room that was roped off as the synagogue, and it was snowing out, and it was ridiculous weather, and there were maybe 6 people there. But they were all really cool, and they told me to look up
Shabbat in Montana?
Shabbat in Montana. They told me to look up one of their guys in San Antonio and Oklahoma City. So everybody's a basketball fan in some way or another, and everyone's got contacts in one of the 30 NBA cities.
What do you want to get out of this trip, kind of? What do you think's you're going to be your aha moment or whatnot when you get home?
I don't know. I mean, I want to at least be able to say that I've seen all of the best players in the league live now. I mean, you know, like most people, I guess I'm watching mostly from TV, and there's certain things you just can't get that you get seeing players live. And I don't know. It'd be nice to be able to see, you know, definitively which one of the best ones are. You know, what team has the best crowds. What jock jam gets plays the most at the stadium. I'm keeping track of that, and you know, stuff like that. Just I like the details, and you know, all the stadiums have been pretty fun so far.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot.
Except for New Jersey.
In New Jersey, well, that happens. Once I move to Brooklyn, it'll be good.
Yeah, but even their stadium was pretty nice. Just the team and the fans, maybe not so much, but yeah.
Well, man, I'm ready to just give up on Valley of the Suns and just head out on the road.
Yeah, come on, man. You're invited along with. You know, I got
number 17.
Number 17. So I got 13 more to go.
Where are you headed?
Next stop is in Houston, so I got a bit of a drive ahead of me. I got to get my car retuned in the meantime, get an oil change or something. So I got a long drive, but then I got Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio, and then it's off to the southeast.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming on. He's Andrew Unterberger from The Score, living the American dream, hitting the road.
Living the American dream, absolutely.
Seeing some stadiums from number 17 U.S. Airways Center. I'm Michael Schwartz from Valley of the Suns, signing off.